Hey there. Wanted to go into a little bit more detail about the Strength Camp method on more of a macro scale. What makes our program sustainable? What makes the program work over the course of a longer period of time? On this page, you're seeing information about the day-to-day, what we do in each workout. Now I want to break things down into that larger scale. So, just like each day-to-day workout, we follow that three-phase kind of cycle of structure, strength, and speed, where the structure is the warm-up, the prehab, strength is the lifting, and speed is the dynamic resistance circuit built for conditioning and athletic development. We follow the same kind of structure in our 3-month-long cycle that we repeat 4 times throughout the year. So let me explain. Each one of these bars represents the intensity of a given week. So for instance, this is month 1, week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4. We break down our periodization and our programming by day, by week, by month, and by year. So by the day, you understand, just like I said below here on the page, that's going to explain the intensity of each workout and how it scales up. Week by week, every month we spend 4 weeks training, right? The first 3 are dedicated to scaling up, loading, increasing intensity as we go. The week 4 of every month, or week 1, depending on how the periodization is going, is a deload week. What that means is we're still going through all the movements, we're still getting great workouts, but we are lifting at a lower intensity, at a lower volume, going through the motions, keeping the nervous system, the joints, the muscles active, not letting them be stale and stagnant, but at the same time giving them that time and that ability to recover while also getting some good practice on the reps before we increase the intensity in the next month. So as you see, loading, 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 deload. Load, 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 deload. We follow that pattern throughout the entire year. Zooming out, once again, our 3-month cycle is broken up into structure, strength, speed, just like the daily workout is. So month 1, right now at the time of recording, it's April, so we are in month 1. April is structure month. We're working on things such as the foundations of training. We're working on exercise technique. We're doing exercises that are going to promote good posture, muscular balance, as well as kinesthetic balance, where you're standing up on one leg or what have you. But more importantly, balance from one side to another, so that one arm is not extraordinarily stronger than the other, one leg is not externally rotated while the other one is weaker than the other, right? We're doing corrective exercises during our strength and speed portions on top of those regular powerlifting movements that we always do. Month 2, we're getting ready to begin. That will be May, this cycle, depending on whenever you're joining. It could be a different month. But strength month, month 2, we focus on a lot of unilateral strength. So we're still looking at the balance from side to side, but more with a focus of actually developing a higher level of muscular strength. We're also doing sets and rep schemes that are more conducive to hypertrophy in that kind of 6 to 8 range. And then as you can see, the volume continues to go down, less reps per set. The intensity is going to go up, higher weight, harder movements. And then we also do some slow work, some tempo work to really make sure that we have that strength all the way through the range of motion equally and where it needs to be. And so as you can see, we follow that load, 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 deload, but it's all at a little bit higher intensity. Month 3, this cycle is going to be June. Again, could be different for when you join. We're working on things like explosive power. We're working on athleticism first and foremost, the ability to move your body in dynamic and quick ways. And then we're also doing our testing during this month. So as we load this last week of loading at the highest intensity, that's our testing week. We're going to do 1 rep max testing on a couple of movements. We're going to do some agility tests, jump tests, conditioning tests, really see how far you've come as you've built yourself up on this upward plane. And then finally, for us now in July, maybe different for you, we're going to go back to structure phase. Again, repeating the foundations, finding that good posture, once again, working on exercise technique, high volume training, balancing out anything that we may have found an imbalance with in the higher intensity stuff. But it's all at a little bit of a higher level. Let me show you what I mean. The first time you come in at structure phase 1, you're right here. We're going to draw a line right across here. I'm going to do my best to make it a straight line. Can't make any promises. Week 2, we were here, straight line attempt. Week 3, we're here. And as you can see, your first week 1 was here. Your first week 2 was here. first week 3 was there. As you can see, the focus remains the same, foundational things, but your capacity to do the work has increased. Very broad example. Say for instance, here we're deadlifting for 10 on week 1. Maybe you deadlift 100 pounds on week 1. That's great. You go through the whole cycle, you get stronger, you max out. Maybe week 1 of cycle 2, we bump that up to 125 pounds for 10, something like that. And that's the example of how we go through our 3-month cycle each time. Every 3 months, we're gonna repeat this pattern. Now, the workouts aren't the same every cycle. That would be boring, right? But for the most part, our intensity, the rep schemes, the percentages of our 1 rep max that we work off of are going to follow this pattern so that it's onward and upward throughout the entire year and throughout your entire training life, hopefully. As you can see, the trend is just a stair-step pattern in this upward direction. Yes, we drop down in intensity here, but this time, we're gonna end up by month 3 around this area. So this is the Strength Camp method in terms of our periodization. If you're familiar with strength training periodization terminology, it's pretty simple. It's linear periodization. Periodization just means the variations in your volume and intensity throughout your training cycle that are to elicit those strength gains in a safe and timely manner. So just like an athlete would, we're kind of peaking here. This is where we want to perform. This is where we're maxing out. This is where we are testing where we are as athletes. And then we go back into the postseason / preseason. And we go through that entire cycle on repeat. Your progress is going to take a stair-step pattern throughout the year so that you not only have safe results, we're not throwing high intensity at you every single day. We're not throwing high volume at you every single day. There's times and weeks and months throughout the cycle for those things specifically. But also, this is a system conducive to the most effective and most radical results and transformations in terms of your performance and your body composition, AKA burning fat, building muscle. So I hope this made sense to you. Of course, as you make your way through the website, feel free to drop me a line through the email or through that contact sheet on the last page. I hope you enjoyed this explanation. I hope it made sense, and maybe you learned something. You can take something from this and apply it to your own training, or if it resonates with you, fill out that contact sheet at the end of the website, and we'll talk about getting you in to try our very own Strength Camp method. Thanks a lot for watching.